going on, guys? Welcome back to the Extract. I'm Killer Smiley, and today I'm going to cover all the extractions for the map Customs and Escape from Tarkov. Now, I'll cover both the PMC and Scav exfils, along with any tips and tricks to avoid exfil campers. If you want a full guide video on how to get through the map safely, I just made a Customs video. I'll put the link down in the description. It'll provide you with the 2 safest routes through the map. Sound good? All right, let's get started. We're going to start off with the PMC exfils. So we are currently in the top left corner of the map, or northwest corner, at ZB1011. So if you spawn on the right side of the map over here by Trailer Park or Crossroads, you're going to have ZB1011 as one of your exfils. And this one is always open. So it's the easiest exfil. You just got to get here, and it is this concrete building here. So all you got to do is open that door, follow the stairs down, head left, and just stand by that door and you'll start exfilling. So a couple things to note on exfil campers, because this location is definitely has a greater probability of running into an exfil camper. I'm just going to get up here so you can see better. You're going to want to check that bush. Somebody might be lying. Honestly, this entire corner, like somebody could just be like waiting, listening for footsteps, and has like an impact pulled. I'm sure you've seen Stankrat videos when like he's like sitting in one of these bushes when it's a little bit more, you know, greener in the summer months. But so when you're coming through here, obviously check all these bushes. What I do to kind of like limit my exposure is I'll come from this angle. I'll usually be coming like down this road, and I'll hug this and then come towards this angle. And I'm using this building to kind of like break sight lines and check out one bush at a time. So I'm like doing this, checking up there, and then I'll jump up on this thing and use this kind of like as cover while you like kind of scope that out. You know what I'm saying? Once you feel pretty confident, and when you're on top from this position and you've cleared out like the corners over here, you kind of have that, obviously, the sky view down into these bushes, so it's easier to see these bushes. So this is personally what I do. And once I'm ready to go, drop in. Obviously, you can get impacted here. There's not much you can do about that other than throwing a nade, but clearing your corners and getting out. In my experience, I've been exfil camped a handful of times in my thousands of hours playing this game. It's only happened a couple times in this location, so it's still fairly like low, but it happens. So just be cautious, take it slow, and you should be fine. All right, let's move on to the next one. Next one on the list is ZB1012, which is right here. And if you spawn in on the right side of the map, you get this exfil, but it's not always here. It has a chance to being open. And the way that you tell is this light. If the light's on, holy shit, there's dogs. First time I heard that. There's those audio updates just happened. That's when I'm recording this video. Yeah, so if the light's on, you'll see it on the ground right here, and that means the exfil's open. Just like 1011, all you gotta do is go down here, hit that door, and you'll start exfilling. Obviously, the same rules apply going down into this bunker. Watch out for the impact nade. Clear your corners. On the outside, it's a little scary because there's a lot of bushes. Right now, it's a little snowy, so it's easier to see in these bushes. But during the summer months, it's going to be thick. Check these bushes before you enter. I've seen people sit in this bush. I've seen people like be around this corner. There's no really easy way to do that either. Like when you're coming this way through the map, or you're coming from like over here, like through this direction or this direction, this where I'm at right now might be a little bit easier for you to clear all of these bushes because you have this little lip as cover. Being up here on the train track, you're exposed on many different angles, so using this lip's not a bad idea. Go one by one, move up, get this lip behind you to break sight line, check these bushes. And just like the other ZB, if you've cleared the bushes on the way here, getting up here to check these last couple bushes, maybe see if anybody's right there, peeking through the fence. You can use that lip for more security. Next one up on the list is Old Gas Station, which is right here in the north center area. Now, this one is also not always open. The way that you tell is there'll be green flares all around it, which, so like right now, it is not open. And if you spawn in on the right side of the map, just like the other two with trailer park, if you're like you're over by a trailer park, you'll get this exfil, which means you're probably coming from this angle if you take the industrial route. So when you're approaching this area, there's a lot of bushes. There's scavs here, so it's good to like kind of listen out to hear if scavs are here. Most likely a player's not here, and then I kind of run into the right immediately because this is kind of like a corner back here, and there's not a lot of bushes, so I just run right and clear this out first. Sweep the corners, check these bushes. Use the fence here to kind of like for a little bit of concealment and cover. Moving through, popping these scavs, checking the bridge. Make sure you check that bridge because you might be running it intersecting with another player's path. Definitely a high traffic bridge. And then I usually like jump over this, run around the building, check these last couple bushes. Have that right shoulder peek around this corner for the bridge. Right shoulder peek for the window. Enter. Pop that left. Move down. At this point, there shouldn't be any exfil campers. I knock on wood. It's probably gonna happen to me now, but nobody's been down there and like impacted. Not to mention this is kind of a hard angle. Very unlikely for you to get camped right there. The main obstacle for this area is just there's scavs and it's a high traffic area. Very low chance to get exfil camped here. So anyway, on to the next one. The next one we're going to cover is ZB 1013. Some people call it Power, which is inside of Stronghold, Alamo, whatever you guys call it. And you need two things. One, you need to flip the switch for power. And two, you need the factory emergency exit key. Power, for those of you who don't know, is located in this building right here. It's in this bottom left corner. And when you flip it, you can take two routes. You can jump over the, the checkpoint here, or open it up if you got the key, whichever suits you. And then you can go down the road and then come into Skeleton and then up into ZB 1013. That's one route. Another route is to go back through the factory over to Old Gas and hit the trains down to ZB. My opinion, I think going Old Gas Station is the safer route, which is what we're going to take. So we're here at factory or warehouse 4. I'm going to come into this door here. Got to be careful of up here and these sides. Some loot in here too if you want any loot. Be a crate. Coming into the second part of the warehouse. Some more loot down in the hole if you want. It's like medical bag and stuff. And then hitting this door. Heading to the right, and this is the power switch. Flip that. Now, like I said, like for those of you who want to see, this just opens up to this courtyard area. That's obviously the most exposed exit. So if you want to go the skeleton route, you jump on that car, jump on that and hop over, or open up that door with your factory emergency exit key. But we're going to go the Old Gas Station route. Now, obviously, when you're moving through this, make sure you're clearing this stuff out because there'll be scavs here like we just covered and potential players. So when you get through that gate, I personally head left, checking down the train tracks for anybody crossing. But why I want to come this way is because you can use this lip to see into Stronghold. So like I normally come up here, like if I have a scope, like check it out, or even if I don't, like you can still kind of see. I'm just kind of using these objects to kind of filter what can see me and what I can see. And then maybe go down the train tracks a little bit to get a slightly different angle. From this perspective, you can see a little bit more and like see in. Because we need to get down there. So depending on how, you know, how many scavs are here, the goons are here, if there's players, just use these objects to obviously break your vision. The safest route is probably hanging around this side, going to these objects, coming in, and then moving around here. Because at many points you can break vision if somebody's up in factory, or sorry, not factory, stronghold. But where we're heading for is down here. Watch out for these corners. And this is your door. If you have the key, you can open it and get out. So all you got to do is open it, walk up to that door, and you're good. On to the next one. All right, next up we got RUAF, RUAF, whatever you guys call it, which is right here. And if you spawn in on the left side of the map, you will get this as an exfil, and it's always open. So this is one of those 100%. And you're most likely going to be coming from, well, you're going to be coming from this angle here over by warehouse 17, or you're going to be coming like up this road in some way, shape, or form from construction or whatever. Both are fine. There's scavs all along this entire area, so you got to watch out for that. If there's no scavs, you should be thinking about players. If there's scavs, there's no players for the most part. And you just got to hit this corner. So the quick way is obviously over here by medical. But if there are players here, it's really easy to get killed running through this choke point. We're going to show you how to get through that angle. Honestly, I don't really have a preference for how I get to RUAF from those two entrances because both are dangerous. Both have players. It's really even in my eyes. So let's just say you're coming from this angle. A couple things you definitely want to clear are like these bushes, those bushes. Once upon a time, you could like jump in trees and people would be like in these 3 trees. Clearing out those angles. Somebody might be like tucked behind there trying to get setup kills or whatever. But once you've cleared this kind of angle out, let's say you didn't hear scavs, or maybe you did hear scavs and you wanted to just get a bird's eye view on the situation, maybe pop them before you go over. You can jump up on this and kind of like do your thing, right? But obviously you're a little exposed, so you know, take it for what it is. Depends on how much you're confident in the situation, how much you've cleared. So if you don't hop over that, I'm coming here, looking left, peeking through, seeing nothing here. Pop through real quick, and then heading left. Using this building to kind of break my vision, but if you need to re-peek that angle. Watch out for the other side. Some people lay on these trains. Once upon a time, you needed shooter-borne kills from that far away. And then there is a building that people get on. But essentially, all you got to do is come over here. This is our UAF. Sit here. I usually lay down about right here because people do snipe across like that bus station. So let's lay down like right here. Next one on the list is dorms. So this is a vehicle extract. You have to pay around 5,000 rubles depending upon your scav karma. So keep that in mind. You got to have money. All you got to do is walk up to the car, pay for it, and wait a minute. So if you're at dorms here, this is 3-story. That's 2-story. The vehicle extract is along the back here. If it's here, you'll see a car. If it's not here, the gates will be closed. A couple pointers on vehicle extracts. If it turns green and you're not there, that means somebody's taking it. So like, let's say you're in dorms. You're like, hey, I just saw the car there. Let me see if it's still there. And it's green. You can like full sprint ahead and try and like pop these guys. Maybe cook a nade, get some grenadier kills. You can breach this and do that as well. And also, if you're taking that extract, make sure you're watching for these things. I usually try to close this door. Some people exfil camp in this like bedroom and stuff, you can like jump in. You might have seen Stank Rat do that kind of stuff. So make sure you check to see if this window is broken. And these bushes. When I come up here and I hit this, I run away from it. So, you know, you pay my 2,000 rubles, and then I'll run out to the left and kind of lay down and hold an angle because I don't want to get naded. It's pretty much where I'm going with this. Get away from the car. Some people run into that room that I just mentioned in there. Some people just hug this wall. Whatever you do, just don't stay on the car. You'll get killed probably one of these days. And get there with about like 2-3 seconds to spare. Those nades are ruthless. All right, next up we got Smugglers, which has a chance to be open. If it's open, the campfire will be lit and you'll see a little smoke trail coming up from it. But it is right here. And if you're spawning on the left side of the map, you have the chance of having this exfil. So you'll be coming from the west and heading east. I'm acting like I'm coming from dorms or coming through this area. There's some scavs along here. I check this before I run across. Maybe there's an armored repair kit right there. As soon as you get here, you definitely want to check this spot. Then as you're moving down, just clearing all these bushes out. Checking that roof. I used to sit up on that roof and snipe. And as you can see, it is open. All you got to do is sit by this boat and pray to God nobody shoots you. All right, next we got Crossroads, which is the far east corner of the map. If you spawn on the left side, you'll get this as 100% exfil. It's always open, so you just got to get here. There's obviously more than one way to do this. It depends on your situation. If you want to get some scav players, not scav players, but scavs, this trailer park area has scavs. Not to mention there's loot there. Maybe you're looking for some PMCs. By all means, go through that route. You have a little bit more CQC-like terrain over there. But if you're just trying to get the exfil, you can hug this wall line while watching out for the gaps if you're trying to just get out. I don't get exfil camped here, like ever, knock on wood. But all you gotta do is come here, lay down by this gate, and I do usually lay down somewhere like right here, so you're using that as cover, and nobody can see you with this car. There is a hole right here, so if you hear anybody in trailer park or the storage area, make sure you're looking right where I'm at right now. Or if you hear somebody around the corner, this is also good, like, you know, exfil right there as well. All right, last but not least, we have Trailer Park, which is in the northeast corner of the map. Again, if you spawn on the left side of the map, you will have this as an exfil 100% of the time. It's always open. I don't get exfil camped here ever, but obviously as you move through this area, check these bushes. Somebody can be in that bus. Get out when you're ready. All right, now we're going to move on to the scav exfils. All right, first off for the scavs, we have Factory Far Corner, which is in the northwest corner of the map, over by ZB 1011. All you got to do is run into this corner, and you'll start to exfil. Simple as that. On to the next one. All right, next up we have Admin Gate and Scav CP. I'm going to do them in the same since they're right next to each other, but they are over here on the west side of the map. So this is Admin Gate. And this is Scav CP. All right, next up we have Military Base CP, which is down here in the southwest corner of the map. And it is this gate at the end of this road. And you kind of tuck yourself near these trash cans. All right, next up we have Passage Between Rocks, which is right here. It is between these two rocks. It's right there. So if you're coming up from the railroad, just follow this path. It's this left. Or if you're coming from that angle, it'll be on your right. And there is a stash right there. But this is where you put yourself. All right, moving on. Next on the list is Railroad to Military Base, which is right beneath Passage Between Rocks at the end of this train track. So here I am on the train track. It is at the end of this car. And that's Passage Between Rocks up there. You just kind of put yourself at the end of this train track. Next up, we got Old Road Gate, which is the dorm's vehicle extract. All you got to do is go up to the gate and get out. Next up, we have Factory Shacks, and that is located by Skeleton right here. Now, this one's a little tricky. It's kind of funky, but it's this shack right here. That's Skeleton. Instructions that way. You like plant yourself like weirdly like right here. Moving on to Warehouse 4, which is the power building from the PMC exfil. Here we are back at the power switch right there. Exfil is just on the other side of the double doors. Next one up, we have Old Gas Station, which is Old Gas Station, but it's kind of in the back of it. So there's Old Gas. It's this metal door. Moving on to Warehouse 17, located by RUAF, Mechanics, RUAF, Medical, right here. Next one, we got Sniper Roadblock, located in the middle of the map to the south. That's Construction, Ice Cream, Smugglers is down there, Dorms is that way. This roadblock right here. Boom. Now we're over by Railroad Support in the southeast area of the map. So there's Smugglers. There's the main bridge. Big Red is over there. On this right train track is where the exfil is. Now we're at Railroad to Tarkov, right here in the northeast area. So that's Big Red. That's the trailer park. That's the RUAF. Come over here. And last but not least, we're at Trailer Park Worker Shacks in the top left corner of the map. Top right corner of the map. Big Red. Trailer Park. Under the pylon. Behind these crates. In this corner. All right, guys, I hope that helps. If you got any questions, feel free to throw them down in the comments, along with any suggestions for future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.